Welcome to the halls of Mordor with this painting.
Welcome miniature fans, today we are painting the tent and lean-to by Wizkids games. This has got a lean-to and a tent in this pack, and I'm going to show you a nice easy way to get these painted up and look fantastic on your tabletop games. So let's go and take this out of the box. Okay, so I've got a couple more tents to paint and lean-tos, and our colours we're going to be using today are, we've got chocolate brown by Vallejo, and I've got some green brown as well. The green brown is going to be used for the outside of the tents. The brown will be used for painting the inside on all the wood areas, and I'm also going to paint the insides of the tent with the dark brown as well. And then we've got some greens, because these lean-tos are made up of lots of little leaves, and what we'll be doing is using some nice olive drab, and then we'll be doing some nice highlighting with some lime green across those leaves. So let's make a start. I'm just going to show you one, and very simple. We get some of that lovely brown on our palette, and very simply we're just going to paint over all the brown areas. With the Vallejo miniatures, they've already been primed with Vallejo primer, so you can paint directly onto the miniature. If you've got any mold lines from the miniature, we can just use a crafting knife to remove any of the mold lines. So very fast and simple, just going over all the brown areas, all the wood areas should I say, of our miniature. We can just quickly get these all done. There you go. And we're going to do the same inside the tent. I'm just going to paint the brown inside the tent. Now I'm going to do that with all these miniatures, and I'll come back once I've added all that brown. Okay, so we've got all the primer coats onto our miniature. We've used the olive drab for all the leaves, and we've got the green brown from Vallejo for the tent, and I think that looks a lovely colour for tents. And I've got the brown inside on each of the miniatures as well. So the next stage is I'm just going to dry brush over the leaves, and I'm just going to be using some lime green from Vallejo, and it's going to be a very light dry brush just to pick out the leaves on the top of the lean-to. Simple as that. All those leaves are popping out now. We've done all the leaves now onto the backs of the lean-tos. All we need to do now is sort out our wood. Now our wood looks quite plain like this, so what we're going to do is we have some cork brown, and I'm just going to dry brush that over all the areas of the wood. And I'll just bring out the different textures on our wood. Again, very simple, just quickly dry brushing over all the wood areas. And once we've done all this, we go over the whole miniature with a brown ink wash. That's all you need to do to get a nice little effect going for your wood. For the main tent, all you need to do is dry brush that main pillar, or the main post going down. So we just go inside And we'll give it a little dry brush going along that pillar, just in the middle there. And that's all we need to do for these miniatures. Now, once everything's dry, we're going to coat all the miniatures in a brown ink wash inside and out. And I'll come back once that ink wash has dried and I'll show you the final finishing touches to make these complete. We've added some ink wash to all our miniatures now, and they've all dried and they look fantastic. Now we just need to highlight these tents now. So what I've got here is I've got my green brown and I've got some white, and I'm going to dry brush onto the actual miniature. So I'm taking the paint onto my tissue. I'm going to add a tiny bit of white just to make that a little bit lighter, and I'm going to dry brush over the whole mini, very simply, just to bring out the tops of the folds. This will just highlight each ripple and fold on the miniature. Very simple to do. And I'm going to do that to all the tents. And just by adding that simple highlight, it's given a beautiful effect to the whole miniature. Simple as that. There we go. For the final touch for our tents, I'm going to add a little bit of weathering and dirt to the bottom of the tent. Now what I've got here is I've got some flat earth brown, which is quite a light brown, and I am going to put this onto my tissue, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of black just to make that nice and dark. So we've got a very nice dark brown colour, and all we're going to do is go around the bottom with our dry brush and just come up with the dry brush going around the very bottom of the tent, and this will give us a lovely little dirty little effect to the bottom of our tent. That's all you need, just a tiny bit at the bottom, but it just adds that extra bit to your miniature. There we are. I'll come back and show you the finished miniatures. So here we have the finished tents and lean-to. These are absolutely fantastic to add to your games, and will work fantastic in your D&D games too, for your adventures and your campaigns. Now I've just added this to a little diorama base, and you can see how awesome it looks once you add all the little extras. The horse and the campfire, they're all from Wizkids games as well. So there we are. This is how simple it is to make some fantastic little painted tents and a lean-to for your games. If you enjoy what I'm doing, then please hit that sub button. If you want to support the channel, then please become my patron. All patrons are added to the end credits of all my videos. Now on Sunday evenings, or Sunday afternoons at 3 o'clock UK time, I am now doing a Twitch show, and I'll be painting Wizkids miniatures live every Sunday at 3 PM UK time. The link is below the video, so if you want to chat to me while I paint Wizkids miniatures, then please pop onto Twitch and say hello. So until next time.
Clean your paintbrushes, prime your models, and join Mordor.